and welcome to Langkawi. It's Anna at Nautilus Yacht Management, about to introduce you to Bob the Cat. Bob the Cat is a Fountaine Pajot Bahia 46 from 2004, which has sailed more than 2/3 of the way around the world, not that you could tell. And this young family with two small children bought the boat in the Caribbean in late 2014 and then sailed to New Zealand, where they spent 2 years based there. They imported the boat, so it's fully tax paid for our New Zealand friends who would like to bring the boat back there, and also just did a massive revamp on the boat before taking off on another really long journey, which took them north all the way to Papua New Guinea, and then spent a lot of time in Indonesia and ended up in Langkawi, where it's now unfortunately time to pack up and get back to work and school. But it's been an incredible adventure for them, and the boat is ready to keep going with another very lucky family. It's just astonishing how this boat has had so many sea miles and provided so many memories for her family, and yet you can hardly find a blemish on her. In New Zealand, they replaced both engines and sail drives with actually better sail drive, which now the ST60, it used to be the ST50, and also replaced the props with Gori props, which actually increase their speed by a whole knot, which is significant when you're on a long journey. The rigging was completely replaced, and the sails had already been replaced in the Caribbean, so 5 years ago, and they are in very good shape. They've been serviced just now. The boat has also had a full strip, so the hull was stripped back down, or full just layers of antival back to the original gel coat, and then painted with more primer and antival, so it's got a brand new bottom. The trampolines have also been replaced. The batteries are only a year old. They're all AGM, by the way. Start batteries are not, but all the house batteries are AGM. There's plenty of solar panels, which provides the boat with all its power needs, which is great because a lot of boats rely on generators and engines all the time, and this one doesn't. It's fully reliable to provide you with all your energy needs with just using solar. Obviously, you can also use the alternators to top up if you really, really have to, but it's very unlikely, not with that kind of battery powers. The Bahia 46 is really a great catamaran for a family who wants to go cruising and really would like to have plenty of space for everyone. It's really high on the water, so it's got a very comfortable motion. In spite of being quite light, it moves in a good way, stable way, even in bad condition. It's got mini keels which help with the tracking, and also very convenient if you want to beach the boat in a short tide to do some maintenance or just to give it a good clean. So the boat was chosen by this family at the time their boys were very young, because the cockpit provides them with a lot of safety there, with the benches running all around, which helps keeping kids inside, really, even though they always use harnesses and all of the safety bits and pieces that they needed. Another great feature is the helm, which is more centralized in the boat, and unlike helms which are in a raised position, really just meaning that it's outside of the cockpit, this one is brilliant if you want to stay close to the rest of the family when you're on watch and not feel like you're by yourself somewhere. It also helps you to just keep an eye on what's going on all sides of the boat, including inside the salon, and also another great thing if you have young kids to watch. Inside, really beautiful, so as you can see, it's super clean, very well organized. It's got tons of storage, and they've added an extra freezer, so there's 2 freezers now. One which is gigantic, which is just there underneath this bottle of wine, and then another freestanding one which is great for them because they do need to feed those boys with big appetites, and they are often away from anywhere near where they could buy some food for very, very long periods of time. So having places to store fresh food is very important for all cruisers, but particularly for people who are raising a young family. Great salon with 360 degrees visibility. The galleys is very functional and really quite large. You're facing forward, and you also have good ventilation to the side. The upholstery is in good shape, and the walls, the timber work, everything just shows very little wear and tear. So that's a full cabin version, which for them provided them with huge amounts of space for their two boys and themselves. They could even just put the two boys in one cabin on their side and have a whole side for the guests if they had guests on board. Really large head areas, so you can see there's room for everything. It's nice and light, so everything's super clean, there's no mold anywhere, and just very conveniently put together. So there's 3 manual toilets and 1 electric toilet, so actually that's not a bad thing because electric toilets do tend to fail and the manual ones don't. The beds are positioned in a way that they help for people who might suffer from seasickness, although this boat is not likely to hold a horse, not with that kind of size. So we're just looking at storage lockers, which there are many of, so there's room for all your things and not have clutter everywhere. There's a single bed there, which is convenient if you've got someone for a sleepover. Looking forward, we have, so one of the head areas actually has been converted to more of a storage space, which there has a washing machine and the extra freezer. So looking forward into one of the guest cabin, and also has here its own head. So yeah, pretty much the same as what you'll find on the starboard side of the boat. Good cross ventilation with the hatches overhead and to the sides, which can just ventilate through the boat. Fans everywhere. This boat has spent a lot of time in the tropics, and nobody has complained that it was too hot, so it's a very good boat for all sorts of conditions and whichever latitude you want to take it to. We're going to go down into the starboard side, and you'll see it's pretty much the same as on the other side. This is more like the parent side. So same thing, very comfy bed there, just like a large queen size bed, and the headlighting, which is great if you like to read in bed at night. Everything's very fresh. There's also room underneath the bed for more storage, looking into the head area. This boat is also equipped with a watermarker, which is a very powerful one, so you don't have to worry about having long showers or washing your clothes. Looking forward, there's a good storage system there, which I'm not sure if it was added at a later stage because I haven't seen it on the Bahia before. And here we are. There's also forward of those 2 cabins are some large storage lockers which you can access from the deck or from the inside. Here's a washing machine actually. So that's all running with the boat system and inverters, so you don't have to necessarily be in a marina to use that washing machine, which is great. So looking back this way, so going back to storage, so on deck are access on the bows. There are 2 hatches leading into huge storage spaces, which originally could have been used to have a crew or whatever, but anyway, for now it's all for storing tools and toys and everything else. The boat is fully ready to keep going. I'm not joking, it really is incredible. So give us a call for more info. Thanks for watching.